The following video has been approved by the JD marketing team. It is rated JD for intense use of the word damn and many beaver related puns. This video may not be suitable for all beavers.
Good morning and g'day mate, and welcome back to Timberborn with me, JD. As we can hear from the knocking in the background, there's definitely a drought on its way. At the same time, we're just staring here at last episode's project. Last episode's project was obviously another giant lock to serve the Sacrifice District. Sacrifice District is, well, this episode, they're just finishing off their lock. Like, once they've got their lock in and secured and we're good, we can then build up the levee at the front and have all that nicely closed up and secured. But that's going to be, that's that project for that district. There we go, words. And now that things have suddenly dried up, thank you drought, or incoming drought, we can turn off some builders huts. Because I don't actually need quite that many builders. Still 0 unemployed. Or actually, no, we shouldn't need that many. Because realistically, they can only build one block at a time. And one block requires how many? Really, 6 beavers. 6 beavers to deliver all the resources in one hit. One thing I do want to do, just because we might as well get the access. Okay, one thing I do want to do is I want to fill in this gap back here. This is not the project we're going to be doing. Well, this is not the colony we're going to be playing with today's episode. We're actually going to be playing with a different colony. But I figure whilst we're here, we'll get some few little things done. So we're going to put another tank in there. At the same time, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ruins left. We need to talk about ruins and metalwork. Because you might notice the scrapping machine is gone. Yeah, we'll get back to that. But I have 5 ruins. I only have 1 scrap per scavenger flag over here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that way we should be able to scavenge this down as fast as possible. It means I can replace that with tanks. The other thing I'm going to do, just to help speed up construction, also because eventually along the outside, I'm probably, or up on the wall, we're probably going to put in some tanks, is I'm going to go there to there, there to there, plus a simple oneer, and we'll pause it, we'll flip the camera around, we'll go... That was not intentional. Nope. And nope. And nope. And nope. Fill that to there. Fill that to there. Fill that to there. Then, if somebody was to take a large water tank. So I can't put them this way, but I can put them this way. And we would be putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means... that tile, and that tile all become useless. It also means that we put in a road along there. And priority-wise, we're going to have the inside track be above normal priority. Because there is a chance beavers can build down an unlimited amount of tiles. So if we get this platform and this platform built, which could be done fairly quickly. It requires way less timber than what a big wall of levees do. We can then stand here and build down to that levee. And then stand here and build down to that levee. And we could actually speed up the process. So we're going to throw that in as well. But today's episode, I want to talk about the main district. Now, the main district is doing well. We have our number of explosives in here that we're just going to... no, I won't up the priority on them yet, because we're going to have some other things we need to up the priority on. We have our giant lock. Our giant lock that is doing well. We have... how much water? 2,700. We could probably do with a touch more water. We do have 8 unemployed beavers currently, so we'll definitely look at that in a second. But today, I want to start rearranging how we have everything set out. And we're going to do that first by going to plant crops. Going to the stop planting button, and we're going to do that. And that. And that. Did I miss any? Oh, I did. Yeah, we're going to stop planting all the carrots. Because I definitely want to rearrange how we're doing our food. We obviously have water right here. And water spreads out. Hang on. No, actually, there's maybe a few other things I want to do. No, we'll come back to that. Water spreads... Well... the moisture level in the soil spreads 14 tiles from where the water is. As we can see, we have water in here. So that means if we just use good old carrots as our measuring stick, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14. That's convenient. So what I want to do is I want to move my food rather than being spread out all over the place and having to use water dumps, which we're also going to pause to keep everything running. We're going to swap out that whole system to, well, a giant lock. I'm going to use the water we already have and go forth from there. So first thing is first. I want to go to plant crops, good old carrots, and we're going to go there. Reason we're going to go there is that beehive, and can I have you prioritize to harvesting, harvesting, and harvesting. We'll leave you on planting for right now. So that beehive, that whole area can be carrots. On top of that, that beehive needs to go away. So we look at our next beehive. Next beehive, same story. I want nothing but carrots, which means we need to rearrange some things. Well, you're full of logs, but we just deleted you because I really don't care. We're going to need to rearrange our path right here. And we can see this tile here is under a beehive. So really, I'd like to split the tiles over one, run it underneath the existing platforms, and we'll up the priority on that so it gets done super fast. I don't need that, I don't need that, and as soon as that's done, or maybe sooner, I can remove it. Is that a black hole? That is a black hole. Okay, we are on the experimental version. Things are changing in the experimental version fairly rapidly. This is why metal has changed. We don't have a scrapper anymore. Okay, so we're going to fill that with carrots. So it's going to give us 2 plots of carrots. Nothing but carrots. On top of that, if we go back into food and I grab another beehive, we can see I can put a beehive back here. It's not going to be super effective, but it's going to be somewhat effective around the temple. So we're going to put another beehive in there and plants. We're going to put in wheat. Wheat is a very, very food dense per tile food, but it does require, well, 1, it requires the water never run out. 2, it is going to require a couple of other steps. It's going to require a grist mill and a bakery, but we'll come to those in just a second. Next thing I want to look at is, well, how am we going to harvest this? Actually, we're just going to delete you, and delete you, and you. And we're going to also delete the researcher, because we have a few science points. We're going to need more, but we'll get to that in a second. Alright, so we have a farmhouse right here. And we need to make sure we can farm 1, 2, 3 beehives. Now, beehives really accelerate the rate at which food grows. Obviously, that's what we're aiming for. But it's also going to accelerate the amount of farmhouses we're going to need. So I'm going to hedge my bets and say I'm going to need 3 farmhouses. At the same time, you might notice these roads across here. Beavers tend to be using both roads. I'd really like to get rid of one of them, but it's not going to happen. 16-day drought, we should be fine. Because a lot of traffic is going across the top, but there is a fair bit of traffic down the bottom. So we're going to take another beehive, and we're going to remove that one and that one, because in their way of progress. Put another beehive here with, now we can delete you, remove that. We're going to put another beehive there, which is sort of maximizing the available ground that we have. So we're going to put another beehive there. We're going to take both our beehives. So these are actually... I might want to reverse those. Oh, we'll find out. We'll find out. We want 3 plus the beehive plus another 3 tiles. That is going to be all potato. And then that's all going to be all potato as well. Can we get you to go away? Because you're in our way. Alright, so this is going to have potato, carrot, wheat. Alright, that is our main ingredients. If we click on a beaver, we get one to stand still. We can see there are a few options when it comes to our food. We're going to aim to get carrots for a life expectancy of 30%. Also, it's quick and easy and just satisfies nutrients. Good thing to have. Grilled potatoes. Grilled potatoes have a strength bonus of 30%. That first strength bonus, it's a massive bonus. It's something we definitely want. Bread, which requires wheat, and then it also requires a couple of other steps, gives us a carrying speed bonus of 20%. We do have a couple of options. We have grilled chestnuts, which come from the chestnut trees, and then they need to be grilled, so it takes us a couple of steps. Strength bonus at 10% could actually be very, very helpful. Cattail crackers. Cattail comes from, well, the water. Plants in the water. Through a aquatic farmhouse. There is no way I'm going to get a farmer up here to come down here every single day to plant stuff and then back up. It's just too far. So I don't know whether we're going to be able to get cattail crackers, and also the spatterdocs, same story. As for them, the cattail crackers give us a carrying speed of 10%. The spaddock gives us a life expectancy of 15%. Meh and meh. Maple pastries do give us a carrying speed of 10%. Now, the maple pastries come from a bakery. They require wheat flour plus maple syrup, which comes from a maple tree. That's good. We have plenty of maple trees. Plus a little bit of logs gives us gives us 3 maple pastries. Compared to if we just used that flour as was, we would have had 5 bread. So it's like, do you want to have less carrying speed, potentially, for more... less carrying speed 20% for more carrying speed 10%? Ideally, I don't, but we might end up making some maple pastries in the future. We will see. Okay, we need to prioritize you to... planting with Fuzzy McNor and subscribe, because if you haven't subscribed already, you should definitely click that button. We also have huge and fishy and hot and South American, or a South American hot beaver, or a hot South American beaver. Either or. And we also have stuffed and comments. If you have a name you want to post them in the comments. Or you're a stuffed beaver. I don't know where we're going to go with that one. So what I want to do is I want to get this area planted. We want to get these 2 areas planted. Plus, as we have the main district center here, I want to change things up over here as well. So what I would like to do is, obviously we're going to need a grist mill. We're also going to need a bakery. If we're going to do chestnuts... No, we're not going to do chestnuts, but I do have a grill down here that I'd like to get rid of. I'd like to put Musty Beaver out of work and make them do something elsewhere. So, I want to remove that as well and rebuild that. So, before we get to that, let's look at some of the new things that we've got access to and the new bonuses we can get to our beavers. Because I'm not terribly nice to my beavers. In fact, we are going to be super nice to them. I'm going to cut them down to an 18-hour workday. Beavers. We have been going through getting them some bonuses. So, we're giving them carrots and grilled potatoes. That's a start. We're also... Technically, they have access to a rooftop terrace or a campfire. If they ever had any downtime, I've just given them an extra hour, so I'm kind and thoughtful, and they'll eventually possibly get some downtime to go use their rooftop terrace to get drunk with the neighbors to have babies. We also have a beaver statue, a roof, and a shrub, so they are getting those bonuses from our little housing district. Speaking of our housing district... can I can. Alright. We need more beavers. So we're just gonna go housing. That's another 9. That's also another 9. I'm looking for decorations. You have... Okay, so you need a shrub bonus. And a scarecrow bonus on the roof. You already have a scarecrow bonus. You can have a shrub bonus. We will just put a normal roof on you. We'll put a short roof on... Yeah, we'll just put a short roof on you. Same time we have... or can unlock a mini lodge. A mini lodge is a tiny little house that fits 1 beaver. Consequently, I'm going to put 1 there and 1 there because I need a little bit more population in the main district. Also, as you can see, by us playing with food the whole time, we're good with food in this district. Like 30,000. Okay, back to what I was saying. Beavers have lots of options. One of the things we can get them is fun. Now, a carousel, which has been in the game for a very long time, has a working speed bonus of 15%. Great idea. A mud bath which is a brand new item, has a working speed bonus of 10%. Lido has a working speed of 5%. On top of that, we can have knowledge with books for working speed 20%. An observatory for working speed 10%. We have a shrine. Oh, that's new. And a temple. Let's find a shrine. Carousel, mudbath, Lido, rooftop terrace. Monuments. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. How do I get a shrine? I'm not sure how to get a shrine at all. I guess it's half implemented because I don't even remember something in the patch notes about it. All right. What I want to do is I would really like to get my beavers a carousel, a mud bath, and a Lido. So we're going to start with leisure. We're going to start with a Lido, okay? Lido, wonderful little building. And the idea of a Lido is you place it in the river and the beavers have somewhere to swim. And if we come over to our river, so to speak, if I place it down here, it's going to be flooded all the time. If I place it up here, it's going to need a very long ladder. It doesn't come with a very long ladder. It comes with a very normal size ladder. So it's not going to work. So in our main district, unless this fills all the way up, and I put a dam in, which I probably should do anyway, and then I let that flow all the way out and have some water in the river, we're not getting a Lido, ever. So that's not going to happen. Lido might work in other districts. So if we come down to the Sacrifice district, we could build a Lido, you know, here or somewhere along the coastline here. I've been doing a pretty good job of filling up the coastline with a bit of everything. So we'd have to find a gap. But we could find a gap. We could squeeze it in somewhere. It would be doable. But in the main district, which is where we're going to be concentrating in today's episode, no, can't do anything. But what I can do is we can get a mud bath. A mud bath mechanically infused with bubbles. Yes, because that's where the bubbles came from. From mechanical force, not from other forces. Alright, what I want to do is mud baths have a little way for beavers to get in and out. And they're actually popped into the ground that I need to provide power into the side of them. So we're going to pop one there, which means I need to get power down and into the side of the building. I could take this power shaft, replace it with a high power shaft to bring it down after I blow out the tile. Or we could actually come into landscaping and say, I'd like to remove that, and my scrapper building has disappeared entirely. So if I replace that as well, with that, we could fit in 1 bath, 2 bath, 3 bath. So that's going to be our plan. We're going to be fitting in a couple of baths right there. On top of that, because I want to have my beavers to have fun, basically I just want the bonuses, we have the option of a carousel, which, if we pick one of these up, it also requires power to be directly delivered to it. And as you can see, if we pop this down, beavers go round and around a carousel, but it also requires power to be delivered into this block at the back. So I need to work out some way to get power over to there. So we're going to remove that. We're going to come back over to here. First thing I'm going to do is we are going to put in some platforms. 5 across, 5 deep, 3 extra at the back. We're then going to go leisure, carousel. Nope, not quite enough tiles. Because Jetty can't count. Carousel. One of those right there. We'd have a mud bath here. Not that that really helps us because it's going to be sunk into the ground. But we could, and actually we can right here, because this is one of the reasons I put in these lovely 4-way power shafts. So when we find we need power again, we can grab it quite easily. We could bring power into the rear of the building right there. which we're definitely going to do. And that should transfer power off this carousel block into other things. Actually, we might... No, it should be fine. But we're also going to need a couple of other things, because today is all about food, and we've done a few food projects so far. One of them is to wait for the autosave to complete. One of the things was to unplant everything, except those 2 carrots, because I managed to miss them. One was to plant wheat. Now, wheat is going to require that we have a grist mill and a bakery. So, we're going to unlock a bakery first, because I like doing things backwards, which is conveniently right about a good size to put right here. So we're going to pop in our bakery right there. At the same time, after I plant in the extra potato, if I go back into food and a beehive, we can see if I put a beehive here, it gives me about a 3-tile gap on the left-hand side. Okay, that 3-tile gap is the perfect amount to fit in a 2x2 grill. Yeah. And also have a path directly from up here to down here. So that's going to be our plan. We're going to put in another beehive right there. At the same time, and we're definitely getting to the point where I want to start... Wait, can you... Okay, so somebody can reach those potatoes. They're just being super lazy. Super duper lazy. I thought all this stuff... Oh, 74%. Okay, so they're going to be grown up and gone away tomorrow. I want all this stuff out of my way. Alright, so after we've got one of these in here, we're going to need a direct path. I'm thinking, obviously, logically, it would be better to take it from that side through this farmhouse, which is going to be going away. But at the same time, we can take food. We can pop our grill up here, which is sort of equilibrium distance between, you know, farmers doing potatoes and cut those off. Farmers doing potatoes and also storage over here. So it's probably the best match. That farmhouse obviously going to have to go away. That's not an issue. Actually, you are thoroughly covered already. You can go away. So we can build that in. Alright, so we've got this far. Now, a couple of other things we're going to need in the food department is going to be the grist mill. The grist mill requires 60 horsepower. We have 1 farm of wheat currently, so I think we should probably get a second. Especially with this particular one being so close to the lock, it should never dry up, which is critically important, because dry wheat is bad wheat. So, yeah, we're going to get a second one in right here. But it also means that, like I said, I need to get in the grist mill. Now, the grist mill, a little bit of an odd shape, but conveniently, I happen to have buried back here probably the exact right amount of area. And then I want to go... No, hang on, cancel. Let's not do those ones. I want to remove that and that. And then I can remove that. And if we build a path in there, and then I build a whole bunch of platforms, I should be able to put in 2 grist mills right here. Perfectly. Actually, in fact, I think I can take it one better. I can put 1 grist mill there, 1 grist mill there, a set of stairs up to, I like maximizing my footprint, housing, another micro mini lodge right there, and on top of our mini lodge, we're going to put a couple of important buildings. They are going to be a decoration, a shrub, because we like the shrub bonus, a 1x1 roof, okay, because that means that whilst people are on the carousel, they can get the bonus from the roof and the shrub. At the same time, we need a creepy scarecrow to stand here in the corner. It's facing the wrong way. It'll be watching people as they go round and round on the merry-go-round, on the carousel, but it'll be watching the back of their heads. I really want it on this side, where you can come around the corner and have that be the first thing you see. Woo! Okay, with this done, we should be able to detonate those we should be able to put in, unlock a high-powered shaft, run that in there, and then at the same time go into leisure, funsies, mud bath. 1, 2. Okay, so that should fix that problem. That says it's accessible, so we'll take the win. Your build will be built eventually. Potato there. And you are going to do grilled potato. No research selected. You're going to be doing bread. It's a while away for bread. But, you know, best intentions and all that sort of stuff. And I think as... Oh, you're built. No, we're gonna wait for this to be demolished and the grist mills to go in. So, I think for the first time in this episode, we're gonna do a jump. I figured we should talk about the overexpansion district by starting it off with explosives. The overexpansion district is pretty boring, actually. They're not doing an awful lot apart from replacing every pine tree with a maple tree, because they're going to be starting on a mega project in the next episode, and we're going to need a lot of timber for their mega project. On top of that, they still have their minor mega project. We should probably give them some pathing so they can get out here. Minor mega project of just getting all this platforming in whilst we wait. But yeah, they're going to blow up that section at the same time. We might give them, we might get them to knock out that section. At least then we can turn this into something usable. But this district is like plenty of water, plenty of food. We're pretty settled in that district, but we're not going to talk about them anymore. And as for the sacrifice district, as you can see, building these on the inside has definitely sped up the progress. We now have a nice slanted, I guess slanted is a word, section of levees in. And one thing I do want to do, and it's one of the reasons I have unpaused some of their housing, because they have a lot of housing that can be unpaused, is I want to be able to have all these turned on so I don't have to worry about it. Even if we have idle beavers sitting around doing nothing, I want them turned on so I never have to come back and think, do I have all the pumps on or not? Same time, can we delete those paths? Because I should be able to 1, 2, 3 paths in there. At the same time, there's probably nothing stopping me doing that and going large water tank there, and there, and I could not fit one in there. No. But we might as well fill all that area in as well. Because we're using the priority system, they'll ignore this stuff. They'll get it done later. I should be able to just remove the pathing off those tiles. And again, we put that in and that in. That means I just don't have to worry about this ever again. It's all plotted. It's all planned. Eventually it'll get built. The only thing I have to do once it's all complete is put in the levees on this side. Alright, with that done, we're going to go back to the main district in the middle of the night, of course. We can see we have our carousel up and running. I did rearrange the house. I went and put a two-tile roof on top. At the same time, we are going to ask the beavers to put in 2 grist mills. Now, I think 2 grist mills is probably overkill, but it's fine. It should give us plenty of expansion if we want to grow more wheat, which is actually exactly what we're about to do. We can see... Okay, have we finished harvest? Okay, you're done. You're done. We can plant crops, wheat, fill in that one tile. If I go back to over here and we go over beehive, if I slid everything down by a tile, we get another beehive in here perfectly. Alright, so we're going to drop that in there. We're going to move the footpath around. In fact, actually, we might move it right at the end. Get rid of that water tank because it's doing nothing. And it also means I should be able to remove that farm, all of that. And can we go back into food and put another beehive? Might as well. And we're going to have these. So let's count some tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause the game so they don't build. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we can see we do have some dry areas here. So, in theory, both those are plantable. In theory. But I think what I actually want to do is rather than plant the wheat all the way out here, which is like, it goes to the grist mill. It would be a great idea. I think we're going to plant the wheat here. And we're going to plant the carrot out here as well instead. Because the carrot's a lot more hardy towards maybe a water mishap. At the same time, so that'll give us 1, 2, 3, 4 farmhouses with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 beehives that need to be managed. You can reach both those, good, but nobody can reach that food in the corner. We're going to mark that to go away. So I think we're going to need probably at least... Well, that's perfect. Let's do 2 farmhouses there, and then we're going to fill in that area, which is not under a beehive, with some carrots. That was some carrots. And I think that's probably going to do us for food in the main district. It means we have freed up a certain amount of area. Actually, an awful lot of area, because after I move you and you and you and some odd footbars, I have wood storage here, which we could move as well. But I think with those changes, like, food should be sorted for this district for a very, very long time. Wheat. Food should be sorted for a very, very long time. I have 10 unemployed beavers, which should mean I can go unpause a bunch of these. How many children do we have on the way? We have 20 children on the way. Okay, if I can find some more housing, I'll be a lot happier. Let's go... no, actually, let's go housing a lodge. Yeah, we can put a lodge down there. We can put a mini lodge in that gap. Any other gaps we can see where we can shove in some housing? Definitely not there because you need access. Okay. Once I've got that in, can I put a... Can I put in... I can. With a little bit of sketchy pathing, we can put another lodge up here, which again, we will do decorations, a 2x2 roof with, sorry, decorations, a shrub, and a scarecrow over there in the corner. That should max out their perks as well. We're going to give you a 1x2 roof because it just looks fitting. And it'll add a few more beaver population. If I really have to, I can rip the top layer off this and build a whole nother layer on our apartment block. I shouldn't have to, but it's a consideration. You guys are not done. You're waiting on gears. You're waiting on gears. Unfortunately, you also use gears. And you also are going to use gears. What's our gear production like? We have 1 gear. Oh, Charity Beaver has run out of metal to rip up. Let's pause Smoking Hot Beaver there, and then Charity Beaver can find some metal rip up. Metal is a future problem we need to worry about. Is there anything else we can do over here? No, we just need those gears. Okay, and we have plenty of planks, just no actual gears, and no dynamite either. We're making dynamite, we just don't have enough of it, which is unfortunate, because I like dynamite. I like blowing things up. Okay, well, there's nothing that we can do except swap these over to wheat bit by bit. So I think we're going to have to jump through time at least until our mud bath is done. I really need this mud bath done. It is a lot of gears. And it's probably because the gears went to that. What does that cost? Food, bakery, 10 gears. No. Is this mud baths? It turns out need a lot of gears. Our mud baths were up and running. They're still up and running, except Hot Beaver, who was in the mud bath, just jumped out. We do have our mud baths up and running. We will hopefully get this one built probably in the next episode. Oh, we've got new beavers in there. We have Frenchy Beaver, Sweaty Beaver, and as a child, I bet it levels them up faster. Growth speed 5%, and the carousel also growth speed 20%. This is going to be a good way to get children to level up, because children are idle all day. They can go and spend time relaxing and leveling up. We're probably going to find out after about 3 days our children are considered full-grown beavers. Actually, probably help if I put down a campfire somewhere. We'll do that in the next episode. Can I fit a campfire right here? Leisure campfire. I can. Do I want one right there? You know what? We're going to shove it right here. We can rebuild it, and that's probably what we'll end up doing. It'll probably be my way in the future. But we have a couple of mud baths, which should provide a little bit more carrying speed for our beavers. Eventually, probably the next episode as well, we'll get the grist mills up and running. We don't need them just yet. Our wheat is still a couple of days away. Nothing to do in range. Cool. We got another scavenger flag. Has finished because now we're down to 3 bits of metal. We'll actually unpause that one and pause that one instead. So we're getting there. But I like the changes to the main district. We've definitely compressed it down. I have a lot more free space. What to do with that free space, I don't know. As you can see, we're planting maple and harvesting maple as fast as we can. And I technically can't get all of it harvested. It never gets harvested before it's fully grown again. So possibly we can move some trees around and extend out our production, because obviously we definitely have a gear shortage in the main district. Also, maybe an explosive shortage. We do have a decent amount of treated planks, even though we've only got the one wood shop running them. We don't have any metal sources here, but then again, I don't have any metal I can rip up, because metal got a considerable update in this particular patch. The scavenger thing has completely disappeared, and now you need a smelter, which will turn scavenged metal and wood into a solid piece of metal, or the mine, which I need to still put a mine on this map. But with all that said, I think this is where we're going to leave this episode. I'm pretty happy with the progress. Main district is definitely up and running. The sacrifice district has pumped their lock just about dry, but we have completed the back wall, which does mean we can come over here and add in these levees finally. At the same time, we can just, send off the episode with a couple of explosives. Yep. And the overexpansion district is, well, blowing up that little bit of ground, tiny bit by tiny bit, and just prepping for next episode, because they also need a lock. We now know if we get a lock, we can only have we only need about 6 pumps running at once, and it means we become drought immune, because we're 6 days in a drought. We can see things have started to dry out here. We need to do the same as we've done in the other districts, put in some water dumps. At the same time, I also need to rearrange the water dumps in the main district, but that's something we'll do in another episode. I'm going to call it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Oh. Yes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. Thank you again to the patrons who are supporting this channel. Very, very much appreciated. And with all that said, we're going to call it here as the water level drops down a little bit lower. Anyway, we will see you guys in the very next episode. All right, bye.